Good afternoon. Today I'm going to review for you the brand new release from Hermes. It is Terre de Hermes Eau Givree, and it came out in 2022 within the last few months. And now it's in America, so I'm very happy to own it and review it for you. It's a flanker to the original Terre de Hermes, which came out in 2007. That is a woody orange fragrance. This is a citrus aromatic fragrance, so very similar. However, it does not feature that orange note. It features citron as its citrus note, and in its note profile, it has juniper berries, Timur pepper in the mid, and it has the base of woody notes and mineral notes. So the Fragrantica note profile is probably not as specific as it is on the Hermes website, but you get the idea. I was so excited to hear that this fragrance had juniper in it because I love juniper so much. It's never used enough, and it's never the star of the fragrance, which is so unfortunate because it's aromatic, it's refreshing, it's icy. I mean, you could understand why somebody would want to use it in a fragrance called Eau Givree, which I think it means frosted water or icy water. I'm not too sure. I mean, here's the box, and it looks like, you know, the top of the Himalayas, so something kind of icy and frosted. You know, the back of the bottle is frosted, so you could understand why they would use a juniper note. Anyways, so this smells really amazing. I am very impressed by Christine Nagel's work on this scent. I, in the past, have not really cared for most of her Hermes fragrances, but this one is so good. And I would say if you are, if you reminisce about Jean-Claude Ellena's work at Hermes, which I do all the time, every day, I think this one would excite you and you'd like it because it does kind of feel like a Elena fragrance. It's very crisp and airy and woody. It opens up with the blast of, it's like a zesty, dry citrus. And like I said, citron is the citrus used in this fragrance. However, I find it to be more of like a lemon grapefruit sort of smell. A very well done citrus, in my opinion. And I'm happy that I'm not picking so much of the citron up because in my experience, citron can come across like a cough drop sort of smell, like a syrupy, sweet, heavier, not refreshing at all kind of citrus note. So maybe I'm smelling another side to citron that I didn't know existed, but it smells very crisp and zesty and sparkly on initial blast. And luckily for me, that carries on through the life of its wear on your skin, which is about 6 hours with very moderate sillage projection. But the longevity is, I think, great for a citrus fragrance. And I am not a heavy sprayer, so that's also something to keep in mind. The juniper berries that I was raving about before, unfortunately, do not pop out in this fragrance, which is very confusing and sad to me because, like I said, it's called Eau Givree. It's suggesting icy, cool freshness, and the juniper is not evident whatsoever, in my opinion. It might be lending a little bit of its quality to this fragrance without, you know, coming out and saying, I'm here. But I wish it would have done that a bit more because it's just such a beautiful note to have in a freshie. So that was sad that I didn't get much juniper. Pepper, the Timur pepper, I'm wearing it now. I'm not picking up on a lot of pepper. What I am getting primarily from this scent is that really dry and zesty citrus combined with the silky wood quality. So that's what I'm getting. It's very, I would think, crowd pleasing. It's not that complex. It's just a very pleasing, citrusy, woody fragrance. And a lot of times you hear about these fragrances, usually targeting men, that say that they're citrusy and woody, and normally what you get is just like wood with a very, very bitter citrus that doesn't really resonate to you as like a nice kind of juicy citrusness. This, however, does offer you that gorgeous citrus note, and it remains. So I think it's a beautiful release. It's a really good flanker. I think it was necessary, especially because they have discontinued Eau Tres Fraiche because it contained some sort of aroma chemical that's been linked to like hormone disruption or something. You're probably wondering how this compares to Eau Tres Fraiche. I'll tell you right now, I have it on a perfume blotting paper. Eau Tres Fraiche is a lot juicier in the citrus, whereas Eau Givree is drier and crisper. Eau Tres Fraiche is juicier, more watery, like the flesh of an orange that you've squeezed in your hand. And the aquatic note in Eau Tres Fraiche enhances, I think, that juicy quality. In my opinion, Eau Tres Fraiche is a very kind of wet, citrusy, woody fragrance, and it carries that oily, woody quality from the original, whereas Eau Givree is dry. It's really dry and crisp. And I mean, both are great. I gravitate more towards that dry quality. So for me, Eau Givree is a wonderful alternative to Eau Tres Fraiche and a better successor, in my opinion. And you know, I'm glad that they decided to go with a different kind of citrus than orange, because I mean, I do like orange and I appreciate it in fragrances, but I prefer that grapefruity lemoniness that this carries with it. And compared to the original Eau de Toilette, which I would describe as kind of like an oily, woody cedar kind of scent with that, a little bit of that orange in there. Like I said, Eau Givree, very dry. There's no oiliness in the wood. It's just dry and crisp and zesty. So that's how I would compare it to those fragrances. I'm not going to compare it to Eau Intense Vetiver, which is, it was my favorite in the Terre line, but Eau Givree is kind of giving it a run for its money. I'm not going to compare it with Eau Intense Vetiver because they're completely different. There's no comparison. So I'm happy to tell you that this has been a really solid release from Hermes. I wasn't that pleased with H24. I mean, I'll take that back. I like H24, but it wasn't really like grabbing me. This grabs me in and I like it a lot. And I think that it's worth sampling if you get the chance, especially if you do like those citrusy kind of fragrances. Perfect for summer. But like I said, don't be disappointed when you don't pick up juniper berry, if that's what you were going in for, which I partially was, so that was disappointing for me, but it's still a great fragrance. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. If you have any other questions for me on this, I'll be happy to answer them, and have a great day. Bye.